Hey, Krista.
Hey, Lily.
Did you know in your lifetime you'll pass a murderer 36 times?
I did. And you know why?
Why?
Because we're 36 Times, a Canadian true crime podcast which covers crimes in the Great White North.
Oh, right.
Every episode, we focus on a major crime and then we lighten things up with a kooky one.
We talk about everything from the criminal justice system itself to animals arguably not doing what they should, bringing you true crime with a shot of maple syrup.
Catch our episodes bi-weekly on iTunes or your favorite, that's favorite with a U, podcast app.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Oh, hey, Internet. You are listening to the Intoxicated Podcast. This is a drinking comedy podcast with a little heart. This week's episode features a returnee guest. Cole is back on the show. Cole's first episode was actually episode 28. So if you're new to the podcast, certainly go check that one out. It is a good one. But Cole is back on the show this week to talk about Grindr because I have been experiencing what one might call a online dating burnout. And Cole messaged me at one point and was kind of like, dude, Grindr. I want to talk about Grindr. So we did just that. We kind of sat down and talked about Grindr versus Tinder, the features of Grindr and how it works, because obviously I've never used it, what's good about it, what's bad about it, and a couple different stories that Cole has from using the app. This was a very, very fun episode. And I got to get some stuff off my chest about online dating. I do talk about my frustrations with online dating a lot in this episode. It was kind of my chance to do so I took that chance. I am at a point right now where I do want to take a step back from the apps just because I was becoming less happy of a person because of it. So we definitely talk about that aspect of online dating in this episode, which I think is great. We also talk about dick pics and casual online hookups. Always a fun time when Cole comes on the show, and I'm sure he will be back because there's so much more to talk about you guys don't even realize. Speaking of online dating, there is actually a Black Mirror episode all about online dating, and we talk about it over on Intoxicated Reviews this week, so go on over to Intoxicated Reviews. That's our separate channel that's dedicated to TV and movie reviews and recaps. And I got to be on it this week to talk all about it with Corey and Evan and Norm on a wine list episode. So go check out Intoxicated Reviews wherever you find podcasts. Make sure you are subscribed. Also, make sure you are subscribed to this channel as well. You can follow Intoxicated on social media. That's Facebook and Instagram at intoxicatedpodcast.com. Twitter is _toxicated. Certainly send us in any feedback or questions or really anything at all to our email, which is intoxicatedpodcast@gmail.com. And without further ado, let's get to the show with Cole. Well, guys, welcome back. It's the Intoxicated Podcast, and I'm here with a returnee.
It's me.
It's Cole. Cole is back. Ding, 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 ding,
I just
ding.
wave my hands furiously like that would pick up somehow. I need bells on me like a cat.
Maybe one day I'm going to have a visual podcast. One day, a girl can dream.
She can.
Can dream. Welcome back to Intoxicated,
Thank
Cole.
you so much for having me.
Thank you for reaching out and being like, hey, do you want to talk about online dating on the show? And I'm like, yeah.
I know that's your thing.
But oddly enough, I have yet to do an episode solely devoted to it.
I assumed you have.
Not really. I mean, it comes out in every episode, but I haven't had one that was like purely dedicated to it. Well, actually, that's a lie. I had a couple on who met on Tinder, and they like kind of gave me advice and stuff.
Oh.
And that's back when I had hope.
So this is coming from a different world.
This is coming from a different
world.
world.
Which might be weird because I'm slightly positive about my experience, but also jaded at the same time. Okay. So
I think jaded is a word a lot of people use when they are in the throes of online dating.
Every single situation. Like I've been on online dating for probably a decade.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
That's way longer than me. But I guess to get everyone caught up. So, Cole, you did an episode. Fuck, I don't remember your episode number.
I think it's like 26.
Woo! That sounds about right.
I don't know.
I love if you're right.
I sent it to somebody today, so it's not like I have the best memory ever.
If you're right, you'll get many a points.
What can I use my points for?
You were... Oh, I got it. It's 28. You were really close. You were really close. Episode 28 is epic. So everyone go listen to that one to get to know Cole better.
So you can meet me, because it's really like, it is like a first date style interview.
It is. It is. It's like a first friendship date.
So I may have sent it to somebody that I went on a date with.
Okay.
So she's getting to know me that way.
That's amazing.
And she's going to listen to this, so I hope I don't make a total ass of myself.
Did you meet them online? Because that might be awkward.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, shit! So, we're drinking... So, Cole, you're not a drinker, but I am, but we're drinking the same kind of drink. We're drinking cranberry and sparkling water.
Yes.
And mine has a splash of vodka.
Yeah, yours just has a bit more fun than mine.
So, cheers.
Okay, 1 second.
Ding, 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 ding. This is we could name this what Sarah used to drink as a 22-year-old at the Dome all the time. Vodka cranberry was like my go-to drink for like most of my 20s, I would say. And then I realized that it was like way too sweet and was making me puke all the time.
So this is the drink of regret?
Kind of! Cheers! I switched to just vodka soda, but like I used to drink vodka cranberry or like vodka and cranberry and soda water, but it's all the same.
I'm like, this is actually really good. Because we're drinking basically the same thing, but we each brought our own ingredients.
Yes.
Like mine is...
Yours is healthier because it's
like
organic.
an organic 100%, because yours has sugar in it.
100% does. This energy isn't natural. I need sugar. I just bust through the roof. I'm like, anyways, guys.
Yes.
We're here today to talk about online dating. This is interesting. Because did you message me and were you like, dude, Grindr?
I just went, dude, Grindr. I think that's exactly what I said.
And you're like, if you want to talk about it, I'm down to talk about it. Because I'm on Tinder. I've been taking it seriously for, I would say, at least 6 months. Like for a solid 6 months, I have been taking it seriously. And in the past, I have not taken it seriously. In the past, I have used it as comedy. Like, I've used it as a fun game.
You're like, whatever.
Yeah. And then I was like, Sarah, when are you ever gonna meet anyone? Like, legit though. Like, people don't set you up, so what are you gonna do? And I started buckling down, and I was telling Cole before we turned on the record button that, like, it's essentially like, I'm going through a burnout right now. I'm feeling a burnout, and I'm feeling a lot of anger about the quality. I'm choosing my words wisely here.
Okay. So
I'm choosing my words wisely. The quality of people.
You, but maybe others will.
Maybe others will. And they have. So I think what started all this was like, I made a post on Facebook that was essentially like, I want to make a vlog. I am not a vlogger. That's way too much work. A blog that essentially is, because I started messaging guys and letting them know that they needed to choose better pictures.
So like, how much of a pause? Because I feel like there's some things I may tell people, but it depends.
How much of a how much of a critique you mean?
Yeah, you mean like, is it a bad angle, or you are just like, oh my, serious issue.
So like, when you're in the throes of swiping for 2 hours straight, and you see shitty profile after shitty profile, you just think to yourself, okay, some of these guys might legitimately not, maybe they just don't understand. Like, maybe they just don't understand what it takes to make a good profile. Because a picture, it started with this guy named Greg, who had a picture of his shirt over his face and a chubby chest sticking out. And it was just that. No face, just a chest. That was it. And I was like, instead of being angry about this, perhaps I'll message him and just let him. And I messaged him, and I was very nice.
Okay, tell me what.
The tone of my message was essentially like, Greg, like, I'm sure you have better pictures of yourself than that. Why don't you have more pictures? I don't think that's mean. That's legitimately being like, I mean, any normal person
Or like show your
who would want to eventually meet you
your
in
lovely personality.
Well, the thing is, if you want to eventually meet someone in person, you're going to have to figure out what they look like if you're going to meet them at a bar. I want to see your face. You know what I mean? Like, why would you just like, I just thought it was funny, and I was just like, yeah, but like, I don't see you at all in this. I don't see what you like. You have nothing written. So what am I to take from that one picture? And you know what? He actually added more pictures of himself because of it.
Did he respond to you? Or-
Yeah, he responded. He's like, thanks for the feedback. Like, he seemed kind of off-put by the feedback, but he said thank you. Which I thought was really interesting exchange. And he added more pictures of himself. And I was like, and it's kind of bitchy on my end because I'm just like, I'm not interested, but I just thought you should know. Good luck. But like, I legitimately think some guys don't understand what it takes to make a good profile. Anyways, I reflected on that and I realized that I was projecting a lot because I was just very angry. I was very angry that I was seeing shit after shit after shit.
I'm glad that you reflected.
I reflected on that and I realized the reason I'm doing that is because I know people are judging me too.
And that's one of the reasons I don't like the swipe style of Tinder.
Yes. Yeah. So, Grindr is not a swiping app, is it?
Grindr is not a swiping
You don't
app.
swipe.
There is no swiping. It is done solely by what is that called? Distance?
Distance, yeah. And so is Tinder, but Tinder is a swipe.
So let's just look at the
Who's
homepage
nearby?
of Tinder. Yeah, and it's just like
There you are.
There's me. So I'm always the closest because I am zero. It says I am 0 meters away from me. So obviously I am closer. But
Perfect.
So everything is done by proximity.
So, I like this. So on your profile on Grindr, it actually gives you the option to put body type, gender, pronouns,
I know there's some things
position.
Okay, I knew I was gonna have to explain maybe some terms to you.
No, I just never knew what the parameters were.
Yeah.
Tribes. Yeah. Okay, so it gives you
some straight up information about the person.
I think is a good idea. And I think Tinder should have that. I do.
It does, like
Tinder, you don't have the option. Is this optional? You don't have to fill all of this out?
Well, just like any fill out. Like, no, because we were talking about, like, that's only, so here on Grindr, you only have one picture. And you were talking about it doesn't even show their face.
There's a lot that probably don't.
Just scroll down.
Okay.
Keep on
So there are some faces. There's a lot of chests.
There's a lot of...
I love how this person's name is just horny now.
Okay, so yeah, keep on looking.
Okay.
Read some names, see what you see.
Furry ginger. Looking for fun, private, jerking buddy. Some people don't have names.
No, there are a lot that are just blank profile, no name, no description.
Yeah, how are you supposed to go off any
You're
of
not.
that?
They will message you.
And then you find out more from the messages?
I guess these are kind of just lurkers.
Interesting.
They're around, but they don't really want to know. So you don't know what's kind of going on.
That's crazy.
And yeah, a lot of it, you'll see on a lot of people's, it'll be like, face pic please, or first message.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, if you see a blank or something, you'll see just the words like discreet.
Right.
And there'll be a reason why there's not a photo.
So, this is what's kind of interesting about dating apps. Because I think with an app like Tinder, you throw a profile up there and you can put as little or as much as you want. But there's not mandatory boxes that you check that will instantly tell someone what you're looking for. It's up to you to put that in. Not everyone does. Not everyone is honest about really what they're looking for. I've chatted with dudes that I found out days later that they're married or they're... You know what I mean? Like, it's this kind of lack of upfrontness that I really don't like about it. But then there's, like, the other side of things, which is the instant, like, come over right now, come over tonight aspect of Tinder. And I bet you on Grindr, It's even more so.
Tinder is laughable. Tinder is like eHarmony.
So give me a snapshot of what one might experience if you got a Grindr message.
My first moment on, I think my first day, I got the app, and it was like someone was like 123 meters away.
That's right.
Yeah, that is across the street.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so creepy.
Yeah, and they're like, "You're really close. Want to come over?" And I was just like, "No, I'm babysitting right now, dude."
Yeah.
And they were just like, "Well, you can't even sneak over for a minute."
Wow.
Like a little bit later, or like in an hour, and then there was a guy saying, "I'm off work. I can come and get you in my car."
There's so many sketchy things about that. Like, I do understand it to a point. I like the fact that it's open with what it is.
And a lot of people will be like, "I'm married, discreet, please." And I've had some guys be like, "Hey, I just want to be upfront that I'm married." And I'm like, "Thank you for being real honest." And no, thank you, but
I really appreciate it. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops to fucking learn that about someone.
But also, again, this is like a different culture. Because you're talking about Tinder, which is, like you can be different orientations, but like the culture's more straight.
It's true, it is.
And like there's reasons for discretion, and like being on a gay male app, it is there are different reasons, and there are legitimately people that are married that are in the closet, and
that's very true.
I am not particularly judging you,
right?
A lot of people would.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I hope you, it was actually, interesting to talk to.
Well, yeah, because in a way, you're... If you were to talk to somebody who was in that situation, you would almost be reaffirming to them that they're gay. Or helping them reaffirm something.
You'll see a lot of folks that their names will be straight.
Right. They'll have it in their name.
Yeah, their name will just be Straight Curious. And I've gotten some messages. Well, I have to be straight off the bat. My whole experience on Grindr is going to be different than the average guy, considering I'm trans.
Yes.
And most of my interesting situations or anecdotes kind of all revolve
around that?
About that.
So you have it in your profile.
Oh,
it's in your...
I have it several times.
Yeah, you do! I saw that!
I think the fourth word is trans boy.
There you go.
And then my gender trans man. My tribes, trans.
Yeah.
So... You're 85% of the time they notice.
Yeah, but sometimes people don't fucking read.
They don't read it.
And it's this, yeah, it's the same. I've been actually guilty of talking to a guy, finding out he was partnered, and then telling him off, and then him being like, "Just look at my profile, it's written in there." I'm like, "Oh, fuck me, I'm part of the problem."
Okay, I'm the dick.
I'm such a dick right now, and I thought I was being this
righteous
fucking standing up for myself and not taking crap. I'm like, oh, fair enough, you had it in there all along. It was more buried. I like the way that this looks better than Tinder. I like that it's laid out very straightforward.
As making an app in a layout.
Yes.
I think Grindr wins.
I totally fucking agree. I don't know if I like the one picture thing though. You should be able to put more than one picture on there.
One thing is that we have. I always feel like we're doing a debate. I am Grindr, you are Tinder.
We're doing a debate here. Who wins? Probably Grindr.
But yeah, you can send pictures and you can't in Tinder, right?
You can't, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Let me actually check Tinder. I don't think you can.
Well, the thing is, the whole point of Grindr is you're supposed to be able to send multiple pictures of your cock.
Right. Now, have you ever heard of the Pure app?
No, I have not.
So Pure is apparently the Grindr for straight people.
There is Because at first I heard Tinder was the Grindr for straight people. And then I heard people bitching that there was no hookup for straight people, which I'm just like...
Go fuck yourself.
I'm just like, come on.
Just use Tinder as someone looking for a hookup.
It's also called sexism because it just would not work with cis women. Well, apparently you would all die.
Yeah, very true. Well, apparently this Pure app is like set up similar to Grindr, where there's just you pick one picture and it's location based. Let me re-download it and let's pop on Pure.
Have you been on Pure?
Yes, and there's no one in Halifax on it.
I've tried apps like that, and I'm like, oh, never mind. Like, there's a Cuddle Buddy app.
What?
There's like 6 people from Halifax in it.
Damn. Well, that's the issue, I think. Like, if a new app is trying to get out there, it takes a lot for that to pick up.
Well, it had to become so popular that people are kind of coming to it in droves.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, well, I'm demoing this, what do you think are the pros and cons of Grindr? What does it do well and what does it do bad?
Well, what I find that the setup is really good. I don't like the swiping thing. I like, because you have 2 seconds just to look at someone.
And make a quick judgment.
Yeah, like this, like, I can say hi, and if I don't like someone, I can block them. If it's getting kind of weird.
Okay, interesting. So you can scroll through, you can select who you want to talk to. People can message you.
Yeah, it's
you decide from there whether or not.
And I find that I've used it just almost as a chatting-based thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, as I was saying before, my dance card's getting a little full.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful, but I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, why am I on here? But it'll just be like, I've had some of the best conversations.
Interesting.
But then you also just get a million people just saying rude things to you and just...
What do you think the ratio is? Like, for every good convo that you have?
I probably think I've had like 50 conversations.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. And a lot of them are just like, sometimes it'll just be like, you'll get just the words looking. Or hi, and then a picture of their penis.
Oh, God! Like, hello to you, too!
I'm trying, like, I don't know what to say towards everyone's picture of their penis. Like, I try to be positive, and not even saying I want to sleep with them, but I'll usually be like, oh, hey there, that's a nice cock. That's just like, I almost have a copy-pasted.
And, like, dick pics, like, there should be some build-up, I think.
And I get that because a lot of people have the blank, sometimes you'll just get your first message is a picture of someone's face. Because if they're interested in you, then they'll give you a face pic.
Right.
Which makes a lot of sense.
That's
not
true.
so much the first message being someone's penis.
It's funny that face is more intimate than dick.
Yeah, because well, the thing is, you're not going to get in trouble. Like, you're going to be like, I can't find you based on your penis.
That's true. That should be the quote of the episode. Can't find you based on your penis. But would you say you're enjoying it? Like, what?
I think, as I said, I think it grew out of use. Because, like, the people that I had really good conversations with, that I actually found in my city, I am now talking to online.
Interesting.
And now the people that just like the random people who just want to fuck and like, I'm just not particularly into that. And so it's kind of, it grew up, but there is like, it can be so tedious and so hard with just like random, like really pushing. And if you don't want to have sex, it's like,
leave it the fuck be.
Yeah.
Like, move on, stop pushing for it.
And it's just like, I have a problem where I'm a flirty asshole. I just like
I have two on the same.
I just straight up like to share, again, like, it's a different, like, on Tinder, I might flirt and talk to somebody. On Grindr, I'm just straight up, I'm showing pictures of my junk and talking dirty. I don't want to have sex, but I just want to fucking be filthy.
Interesting. It's kind of like what's the word? It's a good word to describe it. Release? In a way? Because it's not always convenient to go fuck someone. But like, to have if you're alone and you're feeling it, Why not have some fun?
Yeah, it
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
It helps with the moment, especially if you're alone trying to get some moments going.
And you know what? It is fun to find out that people think you're hot or that they're into you. That's a good thing.
And I've gotten a lot of so I sign up being a trans man. I'm like, this is probably not going to work for me.
Right.
No one's going to bark up my tree, but I'll give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
And like after the first, like, and then like when I first started getting the first message, I'm like, you realize I'm a trans man, right? You get this.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh, I get it.
Oh, good.
So like, most people are very just like, oh, hell yeah. But a lot of, sometimes it can be just like very fetishizing or kind of demeaning. I got a message, I think the third comment was all caps. So can we curse like really, like
100%.
legitimately?
Yeah.
Like just all caps, dick or pussy.
Really?
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
It's like, say hello. Say hello first.
I think you
Fucking
can
butter
say
me up a
hi,
bit.
but like legitimately, I'm just like, I think I just went, I'm a trans man. Google it. Google. Like, I have trans man 3 times.
Yeah.
If you can't Google to figure out what I have,
Be smart.
and
Do better.
he did
Do
Google
better.
it.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, and then he wanted me to have sex with him, but I'm just like, if you already blew it.
Your stupidity turned me off big time.
I have a rule when, like, the P word gets used, I'm like, I'm done. Like, the gates. Nothing is a boner kill more than that word.
That's totally fair. Wow.
And I just feel
people are dumb.
Oh, I did have I've had 2 guys that didn't understand what a trans man meant.
Right.
They thought I had a penis.
Right.
And then just have to tell me how they're not, they're like, almost like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not your type. Yeah, I'm not your type. And then just repeatedly tell me that I'm not the type. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You want someone with a penis. Okay, go find someone with a penis.
Yes, this is your permission to officially exit the combo, and let's stop doing this awkwardness. Fuck.
So I don't have a penis.
All caps. Damn.
Which is funny though. One thing I've only gotten once out of like probably the 50 messages I've got. I'm on there as twice. One guy I ended up having sex with.
Ooh, okay.
But everyone else, nobody asked because I'm versed. You know what that means?
No, tell me.
I did switch it, but when you said position, so
Yeah.
you know top and bottom.
Yeah.
So I
feel so fucking dumb. I know what a top and a bottom means.
Way to go! I feel like you deserve some points.
So sorry, versed. What does versed mean?
Versatile.
Oh, so you can do either one?
Yeah.
Isn't that also called switch? Or am I?
That's more of a BDSM stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can be a
sub or a dom.
yeah, or a masochist or a sadist. Or a top or a bottom, but that's also, but in the BDSM version, not in the queer version.
Right. Okay, so versed. Okay.
Yeah. So like I changed it to verse bottom. It's kind of like a scale.
Really?
Which means you can, if needed, like if there's like 2 bottoms, you can take them for the team. Or 2 tops if you're top verse.
Wow.
But I've had verse until recently, and nobody was asking me to top them.
Really?
It was just a lot of people making assumptions.
Interesting.
And I was just like, I can fuck you too.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I have a good selection of penises at home.
How many?
Oh man.
Oh, damn, that's a lot.
I used to have more. Really? 7's a lot?
Well, to me, I just have one, like,
You're
trusty.
basic.
I have my trusty vibrator that I'm like,
I guess, because
I don't know.
for me
I'm a
and
very
for other people.
Oh, fair. Oh, that's totally fair.
Yeah, because
that would make sense.
My wearing dick.
Right, and yours.
Fuck. What? Like, I guess
I only have one. I have a couple other novelty things that, like, I don't use ever. One.
I am all about toys.
See, I'm such a Well, I don't have a partner in my life, so it is just me. But I'm such a basic masturbator. It's not, I really don't. It's such a... When you've been single for this long, like, it's just a convenience thing at this point.
I would have thought it would be the opposite. Where it's like, well, I remember when
2 minutes, I'm good.
When I was having, like... When I had a single period, that's when I upped my sex toy game. Because I'm like, if I'm going to be on dates with myself, I'm going to make it a good date.
And that's a really good attitude to have, and I don't know why I don't do that. I should.
You should make a date with yourself.
Ooh.
Yeah, like, you know, a special night. You know how couples have special nights to spice it up? Once in a while, because it's getting a little stale. You're doing the same thing all the time.
I should do that for me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, maybe, like, get a new toy.
Get a new toy, or even, like, be romantic with yourself. Like, I got some nice smelling oils and stuff.
I just picture me, like, rubbing massage oil all over my own body, being like, you're so hot, Sarah. You're so fucking hot. Oh, man. That would be, you raise a good point. I think it can get stale after a while. You get stuck in your like, fucking habits.
Relationship, even with yourself.
It's so true. Damn, I'm feeling inspired now. But now I have to buy a new toy, and they're expensive.
Pink cherry, oh my god. Or even, Amazon. I've gotten some
stuff. Did you say pink cherry? What is that?
Pinkcherry.ca.
Sponsor us.
I am legit, like, the thing, it's a Canadian company.
Ooh!
So it comes in, like, a few days.
No way.
And so, like, the shipping isn't that bad. It's, like, you know, like, just, you need a vibrator, you need some lube, you need some rope.
You need something, like, stat.
Yeah, it's like, there's been times where, like, there's, like, a special occasion and I needed something for the weekend and it delivered.
No way. Shit. Okay, maybe I need to make a date with myself.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, and going back to, like the burnout thing, I'm just really feeling it. Like, I'm really feeling that, like, am I ever going to meet someone and have it be a connection on multiple levels? Because it's easy for me to connect with people. I'm really good at making friends. I'm really good at talking with people. But, like, to find someone that I'm like, I find you attractive, I'm sexually turned on by you, and I can stand to talk to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of boxes that have to be checked. And it's really fucking hard. It's really fucking hard to find that. Especially online. Because it's like, how many, hey, what's up? How's your day? Good. How's your day? Good. Conversations do I have to have? Like, and I do them. I do them every day. I do them
so like, yeah, like I have a learning disability. And before Grindr, I spent 10 years on and off on dating apps or dating websites.
A lot of years.
And do you want to know my track record?
Yes. Give us the track record. 1
date.
No way. Okay. So I can relate to this because I've only gone on 3 different... I've gone on a date with 3 different guys from online. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 3. In my whole journey. So, interesting. So why do you think that is?
Well, with me, I can't do this endless talking. Just especially having a learning disability. It's so really difficult for me, and like I feel like I don't come out very often. Like my personality doesn't come out.
Right.
And that person I went on a date with, that was like 7-8 years ago.
Really? Yeah. I'm the same. And I'm like, I don't have a learning disability, but like I feel like who I am comes out in talking and like being in person. And so it's like really fucking hard for me to like have small chat all the time. It's so annoying.
And I find with the burnout, I found like after I had like 50 of these conversations.
Yeah.
It seems like the same. Like, cause you're starting that stumbling block every time. Like, how's your day? And you don't know anything about anyone and it doesn't.
You have to give the same answers. This is what I do for work. This is what I like to do for fun.
And you don't feel like you're connecting.
Yes! Thank you. And that's, I think, what I wrote down was like, I literally feel, in attempts to be more attached to people, I feel more detached than I ever have in my whole life. And it's pretty fucked up that an app that's designed to connect you with someone is doing the exact opposite.
Well, that's one of the things I find about connection with technology in general. It's like you are constantly, and like I feel like we're constantly like frantically reaching out, but the actual like large the quantity and the quality of it is really diminished.
Yes, it's so true. Because they can be talking to you, close the app, and they just keep swiping, and they find someone else to talk to. And it's just like, and I get it because I do it. And that's the thing. And like, that's the thing about this whole like phase of my life where it's like, I'm starting to think about things differently in terms of like what I'm putting out and also like what I'm taking. Because they're talking to other people, but so am I. You know what I mean? So it's just like one of those things. It's like, all I really want is to hang out in person with someone and have a connection. I'm not even like saying like you need to be my boyfriend and like you need to be my future. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even putting that much pressure on it. I literally just want a connection because I'm fucking lonely.
But I feel like monogamy would be so weird in a digital format because you are legitimately doing something that's not monogamous. You're talking to many people at once, so it's
interestingly enough. If I were to be dating right now, like, let's say I got asked out on a couple dates by different guys, I would do it. I think ethical non-monogamy is totally doable. I do. Like, I am a monogamous person. When I get serious with someone, I will want to be monogamous. But in this dating stage, I would be willing to date multiple people. I can't even get one. But if multiple people were willing, I use the word willing to go on a date with me. Lucky enough to go on a date with me. I would do it.
Because it's also like, dating, seeing other people before you go steady.
Yes! Going steady. Will you go steady with me? That's how I see it. Because I definitely know that when I fall in love, I would be monogamous. But to get to there, ethical non-monogamy, full disclosure. Like, especially when you're banging. I think that's important. I mean, Avi, use protection. Fucking can't stress that enough.
Yeah, like ethical in many ways.
Yeah, 100%. Because, like, I do believe in that. And, like, if I were to go on a couple dates with someone, I would not expect them to tell me, like, I'm dating so-and-so and so-and. Like, I would not expect that.
Within the first date or two.
No, I wouldn't expect that. I think once it gets more serious, maybe? I don't know when I don't really know anything.
I don't know. We're all different. Like, I'm very, like, upfront. Like, I did hook up with 2 random people that I'll probably never see again.
Really? Was it from Grindr?
From Grindr.
Really?
Okay, so here's my 10 years on Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, and then Tinder recently. 1 date. Yeah. So it was 3 weeks on Grindr. I had 2 hookups, 2 people, 2 hookups each. I had 1 date, which is a really nice person. I'll probably see him around. And 1 person that I'll probably, and like 2 people that are like play partner dating people that I'm, seeing how it goes.
Really? Okay. So you've had, in your mind, this has been more successful for you than any of the other apps.
By numbers, obviously.
Yeah. Statistically speaking. Do you think that's because it's more, this is what it is?
I guess.
This is me. You know what I mean? It almost forces people to just be like, take it or leave it. Like,
I also wouldn't recommend it, though.
Interesting.
Because, like, unless I knew somebody could quote-unquote take it.
Right. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Like, you have to have a thick fucking skin.
I can imagine.
Like, because what people are looking, like, if you just don't want to, like, see a lot of explicit sexual things.
Right.
And, like, having to kind of just be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, that is gonna be the deal on that.
And so do you think a lot of people go into Grindr not really expecting it to be what it is?
I think it has a reputation.
Yeah.
It definitely, I feel like it was actually a little bit better than I thought.
Interesting. Well, because you said you went on a date. Like most people, when they think Grindr, they think it's a hookup app and only a hookup app. But you could technically chat with someone and just...
No, okay, let me go back on it. Okay, because there's, lots of people there that are they're no hookups, looking for dates.
That's nice.
Let me see. Looking to chat, make some new friends, possibly find a gym buddy.
Interesting.
There's a lot of people looking for gym buddies. But, okay, so looking for. This person's looking to chat. They're looking for dates, looking for friends, looking for relationships. And what do you think that means?
Right now? Does that mean hookup now?
That's hookups.
Interesting. But that's his last thing he put.
Well, it is also where you click down.
Right.
So that person is looking for everything. But if you keep on going down, there are some people that are legitimately not looking for that.
So there are options. So this is something...
Definitely. This person's looking for dates, friends, or a relationship. That person is not looking for a hookup.
They're very far away, though. 600
meters.
Oh my god! See, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, and it's
I'm not used to that. I'm used to seeing kilometers.
Yeah, and occasionally someone's very far away from me, and I'm like, oh, they're really close. They're only 200 meters. I'm like, oh, they're 200 miles. The closest person here is 43 meters away.
We were just talking about this before we hit record, the fact that they're probably in my apartment building right now. Oh my god!
No, where's the second? Because not everyone, you don't have to put your meterage. Because this person is secondly close to you, and sometimes you can guess by the next person. Like, this person is 249.
I want to see the apartment and see if it looks like...
Well, that person's 249 meters.
Oh, okay.
So...
Maybe not. Maybe down the street.
So the next person either between 43 meters and 250.
Might be in the building. That's so crazy.
So I find it funny because...
Yeah.
I've learned a lot more about measurements. And distance.
It helps you visualize better.
Yeah, I feel like I am probably about 200, 270 meters away from you.
Do you think you're that close?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think the mall is about that far.
Because to me, a meter is not that big. It's like...
Well, we're probably a meter and a half.
Right.
So, yeah. I was also wondering, so there was a lot of guys, 163. Also, I shouldn't say guys because there are, there's lots of trans women and non-binary folks on here.
Right.
But a lot of guys, a lot of dudes.
Right.
But there is a lot of folks 163 meters from me.
Like a very specific measurement?
Specific amount between 63 to 78.
So it could be like an apartment building nearby.
Oh, I found it out.
Oh shit, where?
There's a call center near my house.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. 100%.
So it's like, I call it like Pokemon Go for queers.
Gotta catch them all. Oh my god, they should make some sort of dating app that's like set up like, I don't even know how that would work. Do you ever think of having had experience on all these apps, do you ever think in your head what would make the perfect app? I think about it all the time.
Tell me what you think.
What I'm gonna say is gonna be, it might not be, it's gonna be blunt. I think there should be requirements about pictures. Like, for example, picture quality. So if you upload a picture, like, I picture an app because I think there's some things that are good about a swipe app. And what I think is good is that the fact that you have to swipe to match, and you know when you match with someone that it's a mutual, like,
you're talking to someone you both like.
That you both like.
Which I think makes more sense for straight people.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do like that aspect of it. But I think, especially with the guys that I've experienced on Tinder, terrible pictures. Like, I've seen profiles where it's all inanimate objects. How am I... A boat? Really? A boat super liked me? Good to know. Like, these are the types of people that super like me. Guys who just put pictures of boats, or like trucks, or... I don't know.
I'm the opposite. I'm like begging for these blank profiles just to put a picture of some grass. So I can at least remember you. You're all just blank profiles with no tagline.
Oh, man. So much mystery. But I think it would be interesting to have an app that had certain specifications. Like if you uploaded a picture and it didn't meet those specifications, you can't use that picture. You need a face picture, or you need to see the person. Like, I don't know. It's
called OkCupid. You have to have a face picture.
Oh, really? I never knew that OkCupid, sure. Filtered out non...
Yeah, you can tag people if they don't have, or report them if they don't have a Facebook.
Damn! Okay, never knew that. So there you go. So, like, I almost think if it was like an OkCupid combined with a swipe, that would be a better app.
OkCupid now swipes.
Oh, you're right. You do swipe on OkCupid.
OkCupid.
I never use it. It's my least used one. It's my least used. So I have a "You Tried" folder on my phone. It just says "You Tried," and I'm yeah.
It seems so sad with dating apps.
Yes,
you tried.
You tried. And I Bumble. I have the least amount of luck on because I don't get matches on Bumble. People won't believe me.
Bumble's a dating app?
People won't believe me when I say this, but I do not get matches on Bumble.
I didn't know. I heard the term, but I didn't even know it was a dating app.
Yeah. It's like a Tinder where any girl with any type of anxiety will have a not fun time because they have to make the first message.
Oh, because it's like...
So when you match with someone, it's the girl's job.
I understand the reason behind that.
I do too. But it's nerve-wracking.
It doesn't work for you.
I do it. Like, if I match with someone and I think they're really... Like, if I'm into it, I will most certainly do it. I'm an awkward first message person. I usually make some sort of really bad joke, and it doesn't fly. Like, when you match with someone on Bumble, what pops up is it just says, boom! Like, all in big letters. And so sometimes I'll just be like, boom! Like, in a message. Because I don't know what to say.
How does that go?
Not good most times. But there are times, I will say, like, even on Tinder, where I really take the time to write a good first message. Because the first message, would you agree, can make or break whether or not you'll actually talk to that person?
Yes. Like, but I'm kind of like... Well, that's the thing. I feel like on all these other, because OkCupid's my main one until I finally went to Tinder. But I found that I would get so stressed and try to make it so, like, thought out. And now on Grindr, I'm just like, anything more than a hey, I find is just like...
You are a gentleman. like the prince of my dreams.
Like, my is usually just like, hey, like, how is your evening treating you?
Yeah, I like that.
That is my straight up. Before, it used to be like, I would scroll through someone's OkCupid, look for similar interests, and then make this big, long, convoluted thing mentioning things that they liked.
Yeah, and a lot of guys do that on Tinder too for me. I'll get some long messages, like, pointing out, like, almost everything I mentioned, because my profile is just bullet points, like, this is what I am. Here are the things that I like. And so, like, I like a combo of, like, how's it going, or how's your night going, and then, like, maybe a comment or two about, like, oh, you like this show, I do too, did you watch the latest, like, that's a good message. Fucking thank you if you do that. Like
that is how it's done.
For talking to me like I'm a human being. Like, thank you so much.
But I think that's the thing. I don't understand how the world of online works. Like, is it like a letter? Like, because sometimes I write things like I'm sending something in the Canada Post versus like...
Are we pen pals?
Exactly. Is it supposed to be like a pen pal?
I think it's like a more instant
like,
pen pal.
I don't get that. Like, I'm not good at this weird instant chattiness. Because it's like we combined a letter and a phone.
Together.
Yeah.
And it's also, too, like, what's the appropriate amount of time to be having this online conversation before you actually meet in person? Because I think there's a sweet spot for this, and I'm, again, guys, no fucking expert, because obviously it's not going well for me. But I think if you're small talking for a day and it fades out, that's not a good sign. If you're small talking for like 2 to 3 days and it's going pretty good, maybe then ask for a date. That's just what I think, but I don't know. That's just me.
That is what I would love. I feel like, and also, here's the thing. Of my 10 years, I was looking for women. I spent 10 years, look, I can't tell if it's the fact because I spent 10 years trying to look for a nice lady, and then I spent a couple weeks trying to find a guy, but then it also because, like, I'm a Grindr, it's, like, has different genders, like, and I was like, oh, there are, like, cool women here, too, and, like, that, but it's one of those things when you...
it's such a thing. It's almost like, I don't know. It takes perseverance. This whole navigating this world, I think. Because at the end of the day, well, for me anyways, I just want a connection with somebody. I don't always know I'm going to get that from small talk. You know what I mean? Like, and also I have a tendency to match with people, and this is going to sound bad as well, because they're just not terrible. Like, seeing a mediocre profile is better than seeing a terrible one. So I'll give you a yes on that, because good job. It's not total, because I've seen such bad profiles. Like, and I'm not even like I want these people to do well, and I hope they're doing well. But like, I don't want to see your boat or your truck or a pixelated picture of you from the fucking 80s. I've seen that.
Sarah. I think you need
a break.
Yes. and
a new vibrator. I love my Lilo though.
Oh,
I just said what it was.
I've had.
Yay! It's so good. It's like when I upgraded to the Lilo, I like felt like and it's not, I know it probably isn't, but like I was going from, I had like one of those basic battery twist, like you put the battery in and you twist the bottom.
From a California roll.
Yes! Yeah, I had a friend get me my first vibrator actually, and it was the cheapest vibrator, but it did its job. And then I upgraded to the Lilo. But battery. And then I upgraded to the Lilo. And I was like, I have the fucking Porsche of vibrators. This vibrator is amazing. I can plug it into the wall. It's like, it makes a sound, but it's not that loud. And it's a perfect size. And like, it's smooth and it's cute looking. And it's modern looking. And I love it.
It's like a piece, like I find like Lilos, it can be like a piece of art, or it can be kind of like, it reminds me of when you become a little bit older and you get your first nice blender or like food processor.
Yes. Or like a coffee machine.
Yeah. It's like an espresso maker.
Oh my god. Oh, I literally, it's funny you say that. I've been wanting to buy one lately. I've been like, actually like, Sarah, you should save up for an espresso maker. What? I just really like espresso. But yeah, I totally agree. It was such an upgrade, and I love that thing. But you're right. Maybe I should spice it up and like just add someone to the family. Like not kick her out because she's done me well, but like just add to.
Or so, yeah, and also
add to.
Also, I would say like look online, go to a sex, even without like almost like the energy of doing dating. Like find like, what things are you really in? Like, the more you explore yourself, I feel like the more you're open to even, like, going on dates and feeling, you know, like, the more confident you are.
Interesting. So you think a break would do me? I 100% think I should take a break.
Well, we were talking about a little bit about, like, matchmaking or something like that, and I know there are ways, there are single meetups.
Yeah.
And, like... And don't know if it'll work or not, but maybe something a little bit different just to get, like, shake things up with a palate cleanser.
I totally agree. I'm done with my rage. I call it rage swiping left, which is like, no.
Do you think you're even ready right now for, like, I feel like a good person could, like, say hello to you today and you would not, you're too fucking...
I'm fed up.
You're fed up.
I'm fed the fuck up.
Which makes fucking sense, but you need
exactly
a goddamn
break. Thank you. I think I need to hear that from someone else because I've been telling myself that lately. And it's, again, I was in a ragey time where I was being very critical of everyone I came across. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to flip it back and like look at like, why is this? Why am I being so fucking critical? It's because I'm feeling really insecure because I haven't met anyone. You know what I mean? Like, I go to bed every night alone and I'm just swiping, hoping that like someone's decent enough to like go on a date with. And it doesn't happen. It's fucking sad. It's really sad.
It's sad, but it's what you're feeling right now.
It's real. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%. But it's hard to meet people in real life. When you're this, like, I'm 30, I don't want to go to a bar by myself.
Okay. So, I can't say this happens very often, but I feel like my years of my mother watching Dr. Phil, he had one good piece of advice.
Ooh, what was it? Tell me, Phil.
He was talking to this lady who is not having a lot of luck meeting guys.
Yeah.
And then he asks her what, like, it was like, she's like, well, where do you go? What do you do in your day? And she's like, you know, like, I go to work and I come home.
Yeah.
And he says, how is a man supposed to meet you? Jump on top of your windshield?
No, it's such a good point. I think about it all the time. My issue is, we're deep into the episode, so hopefully whoever's listening deserves to hear this. My problem is that I don't always feel confident going out and doing those things alone. I like to have a companion or like a friend or like go out as a group. Like go out as a group of girls and go to a bar and have a drink and like maybe join a table of guys or something. Like I could do that. But going out, like doing things alone, like what am I going to do? Just strike up a conversation with someone in the fucking frozen food aisle? Because that's where I live at the grocery store. That's where you can find me, is the frozen food section. I don't know. But you make a good point because it's like how many opportunities did I miss by either not striking up a conversation with somebody or like not going to that thing that I got invited to because I just didn't want to be in a crowd of people.
But also, okay, so again, just because I'm saying this, I've never found partners while actually doing this.
This hasn't been tested, per se.
But, like, again, you said, like, going to a bar, and you're looking for a long-term relationship, right? Or, like, somebody that you actually get along with in a personal, mental level.
That's more so.
Do you think you're going to find that at a bar when people are drinking?
I mean, I know a lot of awesome people who go to bars. So maybe.
You're gonna find like a
I don't judge people. I don't think
at a bar.
I don't think actually being someone who goes to a bar instantly makes you someone that I wouldn't be able to connect with. But you're right. It might not be like it would be a place to meet someone. You meet them at the bar. You have a flirty thing. You exchange numbers, then you go on a coffee date or something.
Because like what I was thinking of when I was like trying to meet more people, which I never actually did, but recommended do things that you enjoy. Like if you like to cook, and like I know somebody who really just wanted friends, and I find whenever they talk about cooking and the people get really bored, and I'm like,
right,
well, maybe you should go take some cooking classes, and then people you're going to meet are obviously going to like cooking.
That's very true.
So like things that you enjoy, which while you're doing that, even if you're not finding some right, you're enriching yourself and enriching your own life.
So if you meet someone, it's literally a bonus.
Yeah. And if you didn't, then you're like,
then you're still enriching yourself. You're still getting something out of it.
I now can make a wicked pasta, which will be great when I go on that date, or for my fucking self.
Understand? No, you make a good point. Oh. So that there's one app that exists for casual sex for straight people, but it's obviously not picking up and all. But just use Tinder for casual sex, I guess. That's how you would do it.
And I'm assuming you've had many propositions.
Yeah.
Like, if you just wanted casual sex, it would be...
I'm kind of like you. I don't want to just do it, like, right now. Take a girl for a fucking drink.
Yeah, coffee. It's like...
Let's do the thing and then not see each other again. But, like, take a girl for a drink.
Yeah, and especially, like, the idea of being able to have coffee first to make sure that things feel safe and right to your heart.
I think that's very important. I wouldn't do coffee. Coffee makes you poop.
Okay, you don't have to have coffee when you're having coffee.
You could have... an Italian soda, or a
do you want a lemonade? You can have a lemonade.
That's very true.
I always I ask people on coffee, and they're very concerned. They're like,
I don't
do I
drink
have
coffee.
to have coffee? And I'm like, you can have a bagel.
You can have whatever you want.
I am not judging you. I was like, I'm not going to have coffee.
It's a diuretic. Is it ever?
While drinking
man. But yeah, no, I definitely think I need to maybe delete them from my phone for a little bit.
I think you do. Like, so you know how a lot of times, like, January has, like, a theme. Like, people will just be like, try veganism January.
Or try to be sober January. Didn't work for me.
So, have you thought of maybe taking a month where this is all about Sarah? Like,
see, here's my instant response to that. I've been doing that for 6 years.
have you been doing it right?
Maybe not.
I feel like you and Sarah are a little burnt out.
Me and
the relationship with yourself is getting stale.
I think I keep myself too busy to a point where I actually don't do self-care. I love that this is turned into a therapy session. You probably did not expect that. I love it. No. You're probably right. Yeah. I probably could do some more self-care. Like maybe get more than 5 hours of sleep. Maybe like have a bath or like get a new vibrator. But like once that's over, I'm gonna just be like, yeah, I want to lay beside someone and talk.
Yeah, and maybe you'll be ready. You'll be a little bit more refreshed
to do that.
Yeah, it's like you have to fill your own glass up.
Oh, interesting. I like that. Fill your own glass up
because like you don't have a lot to give right now. You're running on empty.
I 100% agree, but I also just need a guy to prove me wrong. Do you know what I mean?
I get it, because let me guess. Do your partner friends say that there's good guys out there?
Yeah. I think my partnered friends have stopped trying with me at this point. Because I get the you're too picky, or I'll get the you're going for shit guys. I get
either way.
The two extremes. And it's just like, well, I'm legitimately trying to talk to people online. If you message me on Tinder, I will give you a chance. I will try. There's only so many, like, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, that small. There's only so much of that I can take before I'm just like, you're just not the type for me. Like, crack a fucking joke. Make me giggle or make me laugh. Like, just do something to be a little different.
Make me be really interested in you. Do you want to be courted?
Yes. Because I've never been. I think that's one thing that's interesting about me. My only 2 past relationships have been kind of like friends that just one day we were boyfriend girlfriend. There was no dating per se. It would just be kind of like we were like my second boyfriend, my most recent ex. It was like we were kind of like friends and then like friends with benefits and then in a relationship. Yeah. So there was no wine and dining aspect of it. I want to be one and done, motherfuckers! I do! Like, is that bad to ask for that at this age? I don't know.
It's something you've never had.
I've never had it. I'm not
judging you on that one.
And I'm not even saying, like, pay for every single meal. Like, it's not really that. It's more of a, like, I'm used to being the girl that guys keep behind closed doors. I think that's what it is.
You want to be cherished.
And so the idea of, like, having a guy, a male specimen, be like, I want to go to a restaurant with you and eat food with you in public? That blows my mind. I'm like, what? Does not compute. I don't understand. Because I've never done this. So, like, I do want to do that. I want to date around.
It's hard, buddy.
It's really hard. It's a small city, too. What do you think of Halifax as a dating pool in general?
Well, I'm from a rural area. So
so this is amazing.
Yeah, it's coming from Cape Breton to here. And it's like, oh!
Floodgates are open.
I feel...
They just come. I wish.
But I've met people. Like, I'm trying to think of who I've dated and how I've met them. But First person I've really dated outside of, what is that thing called? High school. Legitimately knocked on my door.
Right.
So that was just kind of like, oh.
Like, this is a real life encounter. Like, this is...
Yeah, and it was just, oh, hey. Yeah. And then it was just like, wanna go to this? And I'm like, okay. And just like, that's how I ended up, like, finding someone I was with for 5 years. Like, when I was 18, first day out of my house, found someone.
Wow.
We were together for 5 years.
Yeah, that's pretty...
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like how a lot of early relationships happen. It just kind of falls into your lap.
Yeah, my second was a friend. My third, I met at a fetish club.
Yeah.
And that was, like, so funny because I was, like, paying $20 to go to this fetish club every Saturday night and just making out with a girl on the couch every Saturday.
Aww.
And we just made out for a month. And I was like, want to go to my house? I'm like, okay. It was, like, oddly wholesome.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. That's kind of something I'm a little bit jealous of. Like that sense of, like, going somewhere where there's a sense of community and, like, that you can just be your full-fledged self. You know what I mean? Like, and you find like-minded people.
Again, just like a cooking class. Like, again,
but I hate cooking.
Well, what do you... Like,
podcasting
later, but, like, legitimately.
I should just ask people on the street if they want to come podcast with me. No, you're right. You're totally right. I don't know. I don't know what kind of classes I could take that I would meet. Because I'm a very
things that you like.
I mean, I like makeup, so, like, I have no issue meeting, like,
that hard.
I'm a girl's girl. I find I'm a straight girl's girl or a gay man's girl. Gay men love me, but.
I'm sorry you're pitching the wrong team. Oh. It's like, that's so unfortunate you're straight.
Oh, God. Fucking hate that I am sometimes. Sometimes I wish I was more, I don't know, open. But I mean,
you are.
I am who I am and I like what I like. Anything else to say about online?
I have one story.
Yes, tell it, please.
I was kind of I had an opportunity and I wasted it.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I was stuck at work and I really needed an onion. And, like, I was so tempted.
Wait, hang on. I have so many questions about this. You needed an onion?
Yeah.
For what? For lunch?
I have to cook at work, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, it was, like, Christmas Day.
Oh.
Like, the day before. So I was like, I wasn't going to be able to get out and, like, the stores closed. And I didn't do it. And this is one of, I don't regret things, but I regret because I looked who was, like, within 200 meters of me. And I was like, should I message them for an onion? They
would probably take that as some sort of, like, innuendo or something.
I was also thinking of just changing my title to Needs an Onion.
Can you bring one? You should do it right now. No, don't. I wish there was a way we could experiment somehow with it right now.
Well, you can change your, like, because this isn't, like, a name. It's just anything you want to say.
It's like a kind of just a message?
Yeah. It's just
what do we want to say?
Dick. Oh, should I just say send dick pics?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is where this podcast gets amped up and gets way less sad
than where. I forgot to tell you, there was because I've done this. I've legitimately responded to these. It is my birthday.
Yeah, let's say that. Yeah. Send. How many characters is it? Do you know?
I think it's like either 15 or 25.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, you really don't have a lot.
No.
Wow, this is even worse than Twitter. This is like, you really gotta figure out what you want to say. Dick, can we, like, is there any, like...
Send nudes?
Dick pics, please, B-day. I can't even say that!
B-day nudes? Question mark?
Yeah. Your birthday actually isn't on your profile, is it? Because that would be funny. Okay.
Yes, so there was a guy that said, send me birthday dick pics.
Really?
And I was just, like, messaging him, I was like, hey, do you get any dick pics? And he's just like, I do this every year for my birthday. It's great. And he was just, like, so, like, happy about it. And I was just like, here you go, buddy. And I just sent him a picture with my limpy, and he went, woo!
It's funny because you know how and I think people think Tinder is a lot of dick pics. I've never gotten a dick pic over Tinder because you can't send pictures on Tinder. So why do people think, Tinder, you're going to get dick pics? It's just
it's impossible.
Have you ever been on the app? Because you can't do it. I get dick pics otherwise, but not on Tinder.
I eventually did ask here's the penis.
Ooh, let's see. Ooh.
Scroll down, because you scroll up, you're going to see me.
Okay. I'm scrolling down. Can I click on this? Can I click on the bigger? Can I make it bigger? That's a nice penis.
It is a nice penis.
I gotta say.
I've seen some nice penis. There's one guy I felt kind of weird because it was so artistic. I wanted to draw it. Like, the foreskin was nice. Like,
what I like about this guy's penis is that it's curved. And
he has a really curved penis.
So the reason I like that is that I found out, this might be TMI, but fuck it, like I'm with the right person for it. No. I found out via pap test from hell the other day. Mm-hmm. I have an extremely tilted cervix.
Oh,
like to a point of it took her 3 speculums. Multiple position changes. Like, I had to, like, put my hands under my butt and, like, really point upwards because it's, like, tilted back
That's
towards
not your first pap test, was it?
No. But, like, and trust me, other doctors have taken a while. Like, it always takes them longer, I think, for me than anyone else. This was, like, abnormally bad, though. This was, like, I was late on my pap. So I got kind of a lecture about being, I was a year overdue. That's a long time to be overdue. And I tend to get irregular cells, so they're like, you should not have been late. Like, you should have or you should be coming early. Twice a year. You could be riddled with cervical cancer. And it was really funny because, like, it's a smaller clinic. And, like, she's like, well, I gotta go get your chart now and, like, dig that up. And she's, like, yelling at this. She's like, this girl's 30! She's 30! Like, yelling down the hall. And I'm just like, oh, God. And I just felt the guilt so bad. So going into the pap, I was already a bit tense. Because nothing is... I just wish they could make a pap test utensil that was literally, like, a utensil? Tool? Medical device? That's a better device. That's better. But, like, it should look like a clear dildo with a hole in it. Because if you put that in me, it would be fine. But those speculum things, I'm like, they're so... And it was so painful. It was
because they're always uncomfortable, but
it was not good. And like, and she's like, "Well, do you have pain during sex?" And I was like, "Never. Like, I've never. Like, there are certain positions that I can't seem to do as well. But like for the most part, I don't feel pain during sex." And she's like, "No, yeah." She's an older woman. She goes, "In my 40 years of doing paps, I've never seen this." And I was like, "Oh my God." I gave her a challenge. Like, you know when your
vagina is a challenge.
You know how it's like you're kind of bored of your job, you're doing the same thing every day, you're seeing the same normal vaginas every day, and then you see a girl with a tilted uterus, and you're just like, oh, I've never seen that before.
So talking about curved penises.
Going back to that, he might be good for me because maybe it would curve around.
I don't know why I found the picture of his penis on his stomach to be odd.
That's an odd angle. So the penis is like laying on his stomach, kind of like it's like passed out in a way. It's like just chilling there. That's an odd angle to take a dick pic.
It looks like when you like are 8 and you draw a penis on a wall.
Yes, that's exactly it. There's definitely good.
But then, like, there's some ones that are kind of artistic.
That's different.
Like, that's an artistic nude.
So that is a bent over shot with the dick hanging out and the legs kind of crossed, which I've done that type of picture before.
Yeah, I've seen ladies pull that one.
I thought you were going to say, I've seen it. What? Did I accidentally post it on Facebook and not realize? Fuck, because I've come close to doing that before. We all have. I've almost Instagrammed my boobs many times.
I think I've done that I couldn't, for some reason, the only way I could get the image onto my phone. I can't remember there was one time where I posted a nude for half a second
and took it right down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah. It's do you think that there is, now on the subject of dick pics, this is shifted, but do you think that there is, there's definitely good dick pics and bad dick pics, right?
I've seen some really, like, I feel like if I was gonna give some
like dick pic 101
on like how to make a really good nude.
Yes. Ooh, yes.
Yeah, and it doesn't always have to be, because there was this one person that I was talking to on like Fat Life, and he was really interesting, but I found that it was just a lot of pictures of their penis.
Right.
And I was just like, they're straight up, and I was just like, you're really interesting, but usually if I didn't get to know you, I wouldn't have even talked to you just because it was just pictures of your penis.
It's just the dick.
Yeah.
You want to see the whole thing.
Or
some of...
And what they ended up, they're like, okay, Chris, because their love was photography. And I was like, I'm not seeing this. And they ended up taking some pictures in the shower while wearing boxer briefs.
Okay.
And so it was still junk-centered, but at least it was something that they took some... There was some thought and there was some, like, process about it.
There was an artistic process.
Yes. There's the ones I've seen, it's like using shadow and light. I've seen some a couple interesting. Do you think that they
purposely do that, or if it just so happens to have shadow and light on it?
I think that might have been the result of dozens of dick pics, and just one looked really good.
I mean, I feel like with dick pics, it's got to be the same as selfies, right? You take a shit ton.
Oh, is that?
Did you get a message? Oh my god.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Maybe not.
I'm living.
No, I didn't. I just got an email.
Damn. Just carrier pigeon.
Just like vegan sandwiches and soup.
Oh, not as good as dick pics. My Pure is blowing up though. Look at this. Someone liked you. Someone liked you. Okay. If only they were in Halifax. Notice the Pure app's icon.
Is it supposed to look like a vulva?
Yes. Oh, I have a question about Grindr.
Yes.
How often do you use it? In other words, is this something you use throughout the day, or is it a nighttime only thing, or do you what's the deal?
Okay, because it is so much location based, and how it's Pokemon Go for queers, I find I'll go on if I change locations. Like if I end up going to
when you came here.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, who's around here? Right. Or like if I'm downtown. Like when I was originally using it for actual purposes, I found that I'd be on it a bit because I'd be talking to a lot of people.
Right.
And so I'd have conversations.
Interesting.
And then just to kind of like see who's around. Because like right now I'm not using it seriously. It's just kind of like, it can be just kind of fun to see who's around you.
Yes. Yeah. Interesting. And do you find that you're probably having more fun with that right now, but I think you reach a point with an app sometimes where you're like, this just feels like a second job. Like you gotta check your messages and get a couple swipes in, or like browse a little. Like it's like a mundane process sometimes.
Like as I was like talking to my partner about this, it's like sometimes you get a new hobby, and I feel like this month my hobby's been Grindr.
Yes, I love it. That's awesome.
Like sometimes you're just like, oh, I'm just like really into watercolor or something like that. And now like recently it's just been the thing, and like I'll just check it absentmindedly because it's just like the thing I check if I'm not on Facebook or something.
Right, because it's fun. You're having fun.
Yeah, but now it's just boring because I've legitimately like I'm talk like if someone hasn't messaged me, it's because like I know they're not interested. I don't like to consciously message people, like it's already like a no, or because there's already so many people like I blocked or talked to.
And the little green thing by their names means that they're there right now. Could we message someone?
Yeah,
let's do that. Let's fucking be let's be proactive and. Okay.
I'll let you know.
He's cute.
Oh, he's this person with a really nice smile.
This is a cute man.
Let's see.
Looking for person of substance. Don't have a blurry photo. See? me.
You just said me.
He's like in my state of mind of like, stop it with those shitty pictures. Yeah, that's a message.
And then there's also his
Instagram. Ooh. I like that it has HIV status on there.
Yeah,
that's
and
really
that's one
cool.
thing I wish
That's really
that
cool.
Tinder would have.
There's an app, and I forget what it's in the States.
It's for posse folk? Posse folk?
Well, no, there's an app coming out, I think for just anyone and everyone, that's essentially like, it would have a little icon on your profile that essentially says when you got tested last. So like whoever you're talking to, you know they getting tested.
That is, well, actually on here, so his just says negative, but you could also say when you got tested last.
Oh, that's really cool. See, I think that there are features of this that could be incorporated into other apps that would actually work really, really well. What am I saying on Grindr? Oh my god.
Be a gay man. Feel the gay man.
Yo. Can I see your dick? Can I just say that?
No, he's a person of substance.
Oh, person of substance.
If you want to talk to someone not a person of substance,
we don't want substance right now. I'm awful. I'm part of the problem. I'm a cool girl. That's funny.
I like this because it's like, at least you're not messing up your reputation or like of trying to find like a good gentleman.
Well, I don't want to ruin yours either.
Oh my god, it's Grindr.
Okay. Oh, he's really far away. Oh no, well, 7. Okay. Nice
Meters.
pick. Nice pick. Got more.
Yeah.
Killing this. Haven't even said it yet. But I'm killing this.
You're running.
Oh, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous.
Oh, you don't
Does it say
the message?
Does it say when it's been seen?
No.
Okay. Okay, I want to know who of what you're seeing right now would you actually seriously message?
Okay.
What are you into when you're looking for somebody on here?
Well, I don't want you to kind of reveal this one. Don't put on there because then people know who I am.
Right.
But like, look at my profile.
Okay. So looking.
Aww. Because it's a combination. Yeah, I know what I want, but I also do, like to go to a museum and have a coffee.
Oh, when you put that, you want someone who likes podcasts. Ew.
No, I have gotten people who have. So I did have one guy, because on my profile it says that I like podcasts.
Yeah.
And it's like one guy who is just like, what podcast do you listen to?
Yeah.
And he listens to a lot of political, sports, and comedy.
Okay.
So I did show him, oh my god, this is one comedy thing I listened to, and then he recommended How Did This Get Made?
Yes, love How This Get Made.
And I watched it because he told me to.
That's good. He has good taste in comedy ones,
He
at least.
did, and then it was just like, be a cock slave for me. It was... It was like podcasts.
It's always really funny. It's always really funny when it escalates like that. You're like, oh, I wanted to keep talking about the things we liked.
I actually liked it because at least we, talked about something before the.
Yeah,
before
no, that's
like,
better than just coming
penises.
right out with it. Yeah, that's better than just coming right out with it.
And I find sometimes things can almost unescalate. Like, you can get sexy and then you're like,
crickets.
Thing. There's one person that they were flirting with me and they were like really being down on themselves and like really just like saying how like disgusting they were. And like I had to escalate. I was just like, I can't believe I'm saying this to somebody on Grindr, but do you you might need benefit from like calling a mental health hotline or getting help?
Man.
And they were just like, oh, I didn't realize that I was talking that way that much. And really just kind of gave them a wake-up call. It was interesting.
See, I'm pro having conversations like that on dating apps. I really am. Because I think sometimes people don't realize. I think sometimes people get caught up in it and they don't realize how they're coming off.
Yeah. And she was just
I
was having a bad day, and she was just like, it was the first winter and I just slept all day and I was just having a bad day. And I was like, oh yeah, I really thank you. And it was like, we had a long conversation and like talked about things, and like she was like, I'm sorry I'm like ranting to a stranger. And like, she just kept on apologizing. And I went and I just said, you know what? And I just told her everything shitty about my week in one sentence. I was like, we're even.
Aw, that's really nice.
And she was just like, oh, you're actually having a worse week than me. And I'm like, well, not really. Just, having a time. And she was like, do you want a hug? And just like typed hug. And I was like, oh.
See, that's really nice. That's like a human conversation.
Yeah. And it's like, we talked one more time after that. And it was just like, like totally not my type. But it was just like, we actually did have a good conversation.
And that's something. And it doesn't always have to go to this crazy place. But if you just have a decent conversation, that can change, like, how you think of an app, I think. So you're looking for a dominant guy.
Yes. Or a dominant girl.
Does it, would that be in anyone's profile? Unless they put it, like, if they wrote it in? Like,
yes.
dom or sub?
I did find, you can usually find, there was another sub person actually really close. But you will definitely, like, I found a couple people that were, like, dom, but there's some people that won't put it in, but they'll see it in mine. Ooh. So they'll kind of, like, because my thing is usually, like, right up front, says I'm submissive on my tagline.
Right. Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
In terms of navigating, finding someone who's dominant, on a hookup app especially, do you go into a lot of, like, okay, there are bad doms out there.
Oh my god, yes.
Do you test them at all? And by test, I mean, like, do you ask questions? Like, do you ask questions to get a sense of, like, how they are as a dom before you actually meet up?
Well, sometimes I'll ask first, I'll, like, start, like, flirting, say, what are you into, and that sort of thing. Right. Like, if people don't even know, like, people just basically want to fuck sometimes, and they'll say whatever you want to hear. You can tell real easily if people are even into the scene. Yeah. Or people like, are willing to do that if I can fuck you. And like, that's not even kind of what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So like, that's kind of like feeling out if they're actually somebody who is like
a legitimate dom. Because I think a lot of people say they're a dom.
Or say they're dominant, which means like, I like to fuck hard.
Or I like to put my fingers in your throat. Like, that doesn't make you a dom. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck!
But like, I did actually end up finding a play partner, and it was like, it was just out of having like 4-day conversation, because we were just both kinky people. So we're just like talking about kink, and we were mostly just chatting about things, and like sex came up.
Right, of course.
Like, things about, and it was like, oh, really? Because we were already going to have coffee. And then there's like, mentioned something that, oh, well, I could bring this, and we could maybe do something after coffee if you want.
Oh my god!
And I was just like, actually, yeah.
Let's do that.
It sucked because they were leaving the province for like several months. Now they're gone. But it was like, yeah, because originally said coffee, and I was like, you want to go for coffee? And they're like, well, I'm leaving. And I was like, well, it's just coffee. Right. And then more than coffee happened. They're like, damn it, now I'm not.
See what happens when you go for coffee? More people should go for coffee.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things because we were both kind of submissive people.
Interesting.
So that was like interesting.
Oh my god. Submissive, like you're both.
Yeah, we're both more into that, but we can
first
once we're crazy. Yeah. So that kind of like there's definitely like I've had some. There's like I've met 2 awesome people that I would like to do more things with, that are like smart, I get along with as people.
Right.
And like, besides the fact, sex as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's possible, but it's, oh my god. I feel like this episode should be just cut so much down, because it's just it's like, it's good, but it's horrible.
I know! I feel like there's no real foregone conclusion, but I think my intent with it, like, I think I'm going to probably do a bunch of online dating episodes from different perspectives. Mm-hmm. So it's not necessarily this is our hypothesis and we're going to reach a formal conclusion. It's more like, I just want to hear about it from different people's perspective. Like, I would love to get a straight guy on here talking about what it's like from a straight guy's, like, what makes a shitty female profile, because you hear a lot about shitty guy profiles, but you don't always hear a lot about like what girls do online that's really shitty.
Well, I've also I spent the past 10 years looking for women, but I just it was just fizzle. There was nothing good or bad. It was just wah.
But did you notice that women had, like, is there a habit that women do on online dating profiles that sticks out? Because from what I understand, talking to a lot of my guy friends, they're just like, there's just a lot of bots out there.
I find, as somebody who in the past was lesbian identified, it was just like a lot of, do you want to fuck me and my boyfriend?
Oh.
Those are the ones I'm like, nope. Oh
my god! We were going to do an episode at some point about threesomes, weren't we? Fuck, okay, we'll have to come back to that.
Okay.
Because, that's not going to happen on this episode, but shit, I would love to talk about threesomes. I've never done it.
How? Really?
Hell no! I find it hard enough to find one person. Finding two?
We've already talked about it slightly. I remember us talking about it, the Devil's Three-Way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we touched on that in episode 28. Go back and listen to episode 28. Also a doozy of an episode. But I think we'll wrap her up.
Yeah.
Wrap her up. No updates on the Grindr app.
No.
Well,
I'm totally gonna get a message from, like, tomorrow.
I gotta say, just, like, as my quick review of it, I like the layout.
I enjoy the layout, because, like, how are you supposed to know someone in 2 seconds with the swiping? Like, I just like to be able to, like, see who's around.
Right.
And people have, like, messages of what they're looking for, because if you, like, want to chat, or, like...
And another good thing about this is, like, it gives you a cool overview of, like, who's around your area. Like, you can kind of see it from a broader...
Like, bird's eye.
Perspective. Bird's eye view. It's a bird's eye view of cock. Shut up. Next feature, a map. And I'll show little pictures popping up. Is there a map? Is there a map feature? Oh shit. We got a message. Who's this guy?
This is a straight boy who is trying to find some dick, and he just wanted to let me know he still hasn't had any luck.
I still haven't found. So he's straight, but he identifies as straight and wants to, like,
he's curious.
Interesting.
To find a lot.
I like how it's fuck me in the snow! Exclamation point. Like, this guy is specific.
Very specific.
Damn. I wonder what my slogan would be if I was on Grindr.
Like, you just needed one line.
That's the right word, right? Slogan? Or, like, message?
I don't know. Like, line? Chat phrase?
It would be must love pods. No, it would just be subscribe to InTalksicated podcast.
Rate and subscribe.
You know what's weird is I have everything about the podcast on my Tinder profile.
Huh.
And I get a lot of listens from that. So, gentlemen who's matched with me on Tinder and checked it out, thank you so much for listening.
It almost seems like a good way to be like, and good night.
And good night. Thanks for listening. But if you weren't a dick to me and if I kept talking to you on Tinder, then you're doing something good. But that's about it. It's been one hell of a therapy session.
Anytime, bud. Anytime.
So, pinkcherry.ca. Just saying. If you want to get me an affiliate code or something, we can work something out. We can be partners in crime. I've always wanted to get a sex toy, like, either like a sex store or like something like as a sponsor. I think it'd be cool.
I think that would work.
Yeah, it would work. But anyways, Cole, thanks so much for coming on for a second time.
Thank you for having me. I have a blast.
Yet I still feel we've only scraped the surface. Ugh, I hate the word scrape.
Oh, dude, I pictured that in weird places.
I know, especially with the pap test story. It's not a good way to use that word at all. I still feel like there's so much more to you that we haven't even, like, touched yet. So you'll be back.
Our second podcast date.
I love how it's like you have a contract with Intoxicated. Like you need to do at least 5 episodes at least, and you cannot break it. You need to come back.
Where did I sign that?
That's true.
Well, thanks everyone for having me on.
Yes!
And I loved it to be talked to all your ears again.
And hopefully at some point I'll get more questions from people, and we could even maybe do like a Q&A.
Yeah, like,
Because that would be fun.
again, if anyone ever wants to ask me a question, you can.
We can certainly answer them questions. Anyways, thanks so much. Let's cheers our cranberry juice.
Okay.
And yours is so much more darker than mine.
Because I haven't been able to get it to put tonic water in it.
All right. And cheers. Oh, wait. And bye.